Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Tally CA Connect. And this time, this Wednesday, we have something very special for you. Something that we were really looking forward to showing it to you from many months altogether. And yes, finally, Tally Prime 2.0 is here with changes which can really take the experience of Tally Prime itself to the next level. And as it is said, why should we settle for good when we can have the best? And on similar lines, we have CA Anand Porana sir with us and Darshan Shah from Team Tally. Before we begin, allow me to introduce Anand sir to the forum. CA Anand sir is a Tally evangelist and a CA with 18 years of experience. He specializes in Tally training and implementations. He has imparted Tally trainings to more than 10,000 participants, and he is a renowned speaker in various influencer and association bodies. He is also a consultant to various corporates for Tally implementation. Anand sir, happy to have you on board and welcome to today's CA Connect. Also, we have Darshan Shah, who is our product expert in-house from Tally Solutions, and again, a well-known expert within the influencer CA community about the product use cases and various nitty-gritties of product. So having said that, Anand sir, I will hand over the dais to you. And can you, if it's my humble request, to show us what you have in store for Tally Prime 2.0.
Thank you so much, Janak, for this kind words of introduction. And I'm really excited to show what Tally Prime 2.0 contains. I'm sure the participant will also enjoy as much as I enjoyed preparing the presentation. So I'm sharing my screen. Myself and Darshan will be taking the session simultaneously. So we have planned accordingly. So and it's a small forum today. So any question you have, please drop in the chat box or a Q&A, and we'll try and address that as soon as we can. All right. So the tagline of the Tally Prime is the best your business can get. Right. So this is a tagline, and for a chartered accountant, it can be also termed as the best your client business can get. So Tally Prime, when it was introduced last year, was a promise for a renewed experience on the Tally platform to make the Tally more easier, more approachable. And Tally Prime, we will see in the coming months also, as and when some new release or new changes are coming, it is for the better only. So Tally has come out with the Tally Prime 2.0, and therefore we also thought the session was initially planned with me only taking the session, but I thought it's a 2.0, so why not to rope in Darshan also into this. Having said this, let me just take you to the next. So I was thinking, what is 2.0? And I asked Google, what is 2.0? And it threw me this picture saying that it's a Thalaiva in a double role with a sequel of a movie. So I started thinking, when a movie director or movie producer makes a sequel, he makes a sequel only when the first franchise or the first installment of the movie is a super hit and the audience wants more. Similarly with the Tally had introduced Tally Prime in last August, and in less than 1 year, it has introduced so many upgrades onto it via the smaller releases, and now it is with the Tally Prime 2.0 is here. So let's see what it can offer to us. And also, when you see the any sequel of the movie, it invariably contains some references from the first part. So I also thought about doing a quick recap of the Tally Prime release 1, what it all contains. I'm sure most of you would have started using the Tally Prime by now. We'll also dig into the what is Tally release 2.0 feature. And some of the features are your report, your way, which is nothing but the save view feature. Connected services and compliances. We'll talk about the changes which has been introduced in the GSTR 1. How do we do the GSTN or the HSN validation from within the Tally? And this is where it gets interesting. We'll also talk about the e-way bill and the e-invoice compliances from Tally, and the QRMP, how does Tally helps us. And there is also an upgrade onto the Tally reports in browser with a completely new user interface and the mobile friendly interface. and of course we'll take the Q&A session. So this is what the session contains. So let's start with the quick recap of the Tally Prime release 1.0. So when the Tally Prime was released, the most loved feature or the most talked about feature was GoTo. So those of you who have used this Tally Prime will agree with me. This GoTo is a very new concept, and you can migrate to, you can jump to the any reports from anywhere. You can do the entry from entry. You can jump to the any report. You can come back to the entry. So the GoTo was really a kind of an innovative and never heard of feature before, especially in Tally. Again, the menu style. Previously, the Tally was having the buttons at the top. Now it was replaced with the menu. We'll go to the Tally Prime also. I don't intend to show the presentation for long. It's only for a couple of minutes, and I know you are hungry for the Tally Prime. So it was replaced with the menu style, and once it is replaced with the menu style, lot of options are contained therein. Then the new concept was introduced in the Tally Prime with a chart of accounts. You can have the chart of accounts for ledger or a group or everything. Navigation changes which was introduced in the terms of the certain buttons or the certain option from the gateway of Tally was disabled. Something new was introduced even at the entry level. The how you navigate to the different voucher type or from payment entry, how do you jump to the receipt entry, all those were changed. Of course, the old things were written, but new things were introduced. Then there was a under user-based login. Tally ERP9 was always having this user-based login, but Tally Prime has introduced additional facility into it. For example, one of the features which can be very useful to a chartered accountant is the auto login facility. So you can create. So let's say you have the 10 data, and if you have the same user ID and password in all the 10 data, you need not put the ID and password every time when you open the data. It will be automatically taken about from the last company which is open. Then there was a concept of balance sheet audit. You can go to the balance sheet, check each and every, drill down to the entry level, write your query there and there itself and come out of that. So again, that is interesting. Optimized printing for those who have a larger invoice printing or those whose invoice goes into the multiple pages can use about this facility and save a lot of paper cost into this. E-invoice was introduced as a 1.1 feature, and there are not many other features. I don't intend to show you each of these features right now because we have already done so many sessions onto this. These sessions are available onto the Tally community portal, and if anyone of you wish to learn more about this, can definitely visit those things. But what I like most about the Tally Prime when it was introduced is there exists an option that you can retain your Tally ERP9 and you can install Tally Prime in your office within the same license number. And for me, it is the best option for the CA or the tax professional because even till date, some of the clients are on Tally ERP9, some of the clients are on the Tally Prime. So as a chartered accountant, as a practicing chartered accountant, you cannot have only one software. And you need not buy the another software. So you are already having the Tally ERP9 license. Same license number can be used for the Tally Prime. A lot of people were confused about this, how this will work, but it is working beautifully. And there is no additional cost in a sense that if you have a TSS active, then there is no additional cost. Darshan, would you like to add up something onto this option? Because I really like this option into Tally Prime.
Yes, sir. This was a lot of request and not about request. We understand CA way of working, and means just by we moving on to the next release of Tally, that does not take the entire clienteles on that new release of Tally. And moreover, there was a knockdown situation where articles were spread across. So we had a very simple answer for that. That key with one license only, they will be having two tallies in their systems. They can keep Tally Prime also in a different folder and Tally ERP also in a different folder. So there should not be any disturbance in terms of way of working of chartered accountants. And many clienteles have moved to Tally Prime. So their data cannot move back to Tally ERP because there are a lot of fields which got added into Tally Prime in example of e-way bill, e-invoicing, and many of that subjects. So that's why moving back from Prime to ERP was a cumbersome area. So that's why for all the chartered accountants who wanted both the applications to run in their systems, in their multi-user LAN system, we gave that option. अभी वो लोग दोनों यूज कर सकते हैं, कोई लिमिट नहीं है उसके अंदर, कोई restrictions नहीं है. They can really go with it.
Right, Darshan. So I would really appeal to the audience, if any one of you have not installed TelePrime, please go and install in your office. Please contact your tele partner. It is absolutely available to you, free of cost. Only thing is your TSS should be active. All right. So you can have both TelePrime and Tele ERP9 on the same license number and can work efficiently with the different clients. All right. Let me just go ahead. So that was a brief about the TelePrime release 1. Okay, now coming to the TelePrime release 2, and one of the first feature which I like very much is the save view report. So you can have your report your way. What is the concept of this? The concept is, see in the Tele, when we go to any report, we can configure those report by going into F12, or we can filter those report, or we can change the view of the report. Like in the balance sheet, we can have the horizontal or vertical. Okay, so whatever we are doing to the report inside the Tele, we can actually save this configuration by giving it our own name. Okay, and once we do this, this new saved report will be available to us into the go-to menu, as a default into the go-to menu. So next time when you go inside the Tele, you again need not remember what was the configuration done, what was the filtration done. You have to just click on that name and that report, all filtration would be available. Sound interesting? I will show you on the live Tele that how this is going to work. And again, this can be for this company or all the company, or it can be configured with the master. So lot of sub options are also available. Let me show you first the couple of reports, and then I will come back to discuss the concept onto this. So I'm switching over my screen to Tele. Darshan or Janak, can you confirm Tele is visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Right. So let me just go to the basic report, first report called trial balance. We all know. So we have a trial balance here. When we go to the trial balance, this is how the trial balance appears inside the Tele. Now, lot of time, why lot of time? Most of the time when we are doing the audit, we always ask the client to give us the trial balance, not in this format, but in a format like opening, transaction, and closing. So we go to the F12, we say opening balance yes, we say transaction is yes, closing is no. All right. And we expand this by pressing Alt F1. And this is the report we want. Okay, so why every time I should go and press Alt F1? Why every time I should go and say F12, opening yes, transaction yes, and so on and so forth? So what Tele has done is, Tele on the right menu, it has given one button called Save View. So I'm clicking on the Save View or a Control L. I can give the name what I require. Let's say I call it a detailed TB. Okay. That's all. I'm not doing anything else right now. I'm just saying detailed TB. That's all. This report is saved. Now, next time, if I want to access this report, I will simply say go to. I will simply say go to. And if you see in the saved view, a new option has come in, which is detailed TB. Yes, now I don't have to do those configuration again. All right. So this is the beauty of this. So I can save as many report I want. Within one report, I can save as many views I want. All right. So this is the beauty of the Tele, or the beauty of the new feature which has come in. All right. So let me give you one more example. Nowadays, many people are talking about the dashboards and the management reporting. Tele also has one beautiful report called ratio analysis. No one has thought of this as a dashboard report, but you can think about this. You can provide this dashboard to your client. So you can go to the ratio analysis. I'm just doing some configuration here. I'm going to the auto column. I'm going to, let's say, quarterly. And in the F12, I've made this question show explanation as no, because I know what does this mean. All right. Now this is a quarterly analysis or a quarterly dashboard. I can simply say save view, and I can say maybe say financial health card. All right, this is the name I want to give. You may call it by any other name. This is the way I want to see it. Okay, that's all. The report is saved. So next time when I want to go, I will simply say go to and say financial health dashboard, and this is available to me. Isn't this is beautiful thing? So any report which you can see inside the Tally, which you can filter, which you can configure, this is available now. So this is a concept. Let me show you some of the nitty-gritties of this. So let me again just go to the trial balance. So I'm going to the display trial balance. By default, this report comes in. So again, I'm making those configuration F12, opening yes, transaction yes. Okay, now I want a ledger wise. So let me show you the ledger wise. Okay. So this is a report I want. Now I'm saying save view. I'm saying TB ledger wise. Okay. And I'm saying show additional configuration as yes. The moment I say additional configuration as yes, Tally asks me further questions. Save this view for all the companies on this computer or for this company. By default, it is all companies on this computer. That means if I do this once in my office, if I do this, then I need not even repeat the saving of the view in the other companies. It will be available across all the companies in my office. All right. So that's all. So now if I say go to, now if you see there are two trial balances, detailed trial balance and trial balance ledger wise. This is available. And if I change the company, see currently it is ABC Enterprise. If I'm changing to Prime Company, and now I'm going to go to, since it was for all the companies, it is available here. All right, it is available here. So there are two options when we say, again I'm changing back to ABC Enterprise. So when we say save view, there were two options. Let me just first do that F12. Okay. Now if you see, there is one more question. Set this as a default view for the report. So if I set this as a default view, so whenever I go to the Tally and open this as a default report, this will be available by default. जो Tally में पहले दिखा रहा था only closing balance, that will not be visible, and directly this option would be available to me. And I can also do this for a selected period. Okay, so let's say currently audit season is on. Currently audit season is on, and all of you are going to do the audit of March 21. Whenever you go to the client place and open his data, since he is doing the entry in the current period, by default, the current date trial balance will be open. So what you can do is you can go to his place, do this configuration one. I'm doing it for 1920. You can say save view, TB 1920, or whatever naming convention I want to give in. I will say show additional configuration. Okay. And I can say save with the selected period. So even if there is an entry afterwards, whenever I say go to and I say TB 1920, it will open with the alt F1 detailed with all the masters, opening, debit, credit, closing, and for the period 1920. So although it looks very small, but it has a potential of saving you multiple keystroke every time in the every report, and your people will at least save a couple of hours every day if everyone is using this. So this is a wonderful feature. So I wanted to show you the trial balance, debit, credit, closing, financial health card we have already shown. Another thing, let's say in the tax audit report, we need to show the cash payment about 10,000 rupees. So how do we configure this? Okay, so let me just go to the cash. So I'm into the cash account, and I'm selecting the entire year. Now I want to configure this report using the save view. So what I will do is I will first generate that report by saying Alt F12. I'm writing a filtration query. This was already there in the Tally ERP9. This was already there in the Tally Prime. I'm just using it before saving the view. So I'm saying voucher having voucher type with the name containing purchase, because it can also have the purchase, or with the name containing payment. And here I'm pressing the enter one more time and saying and voucher having ledger amount greater than 10,000. That's all. My report is filtered. Can you see one purchase transaction is there where basic is less than 10, but with taxes it is more than 10 and it is paid in cash directly. No party name. So this is also coming. So let me now just save this view. I will say this name as a tax audit report or a tax audit report, cash payment greater than 10K. Okay. And I can say show additional configuration as yes. This is one more thing what I would like to show you. Save with the master selected to open the report. If I say this as yes, next time I don't even have to select the cash account. Okay, so I'm just saying as yes. That's all. Next time when I want to see this, or when my people go into the audit, I just instruct them. They don't have to find out. The report is available, a customized report is available, but it is not customized report. It is a report which you have created. Okay, so I'll just select the period and then this report is available too. Now think about the possibility in the terms of you creating a set of reports for your audit purpose, for your tax audit purpose, or your for internal audit purpose, or even for the some tax scrutiny purposes, or you also designing some reports to your clients and offering this as a value-added services to your client. And there is no customization. Only thing you need to have the Tally Prime Release 2.0. That's all. And you are there to offer the consultancy services. And this will be unique. This will be unique. One more thing. If you see in the save view, when we have seen that there are two options, save view for all companies on this computer or save view for this company. If I say save view for this company only, then this configuration will be saved only in this company and it will travel with the data. What do I mean by this? So let's say you are on a client place and doing some audit and you have configured some report and you saved this as a view. There at a client place, when you are doing the audit, save this as a save view for this company. The moment you do this, and then when you email those data to your office, even those data will have this report pre-configured because this is traveling with the data. When you configure the save view for this company, this all configuration, this all saved view is traveling alongside the data. So that makes life much more simple. And as an audit firm, maybe everyone is not so much expert in all the areas. Maybe a senior is expert, maybe a partner is expert. You may design 10-15 reports for yourself and give it a name, let's say audit report 1, audit report 2, or a tax audit report 1, and then have this for all your clients across. So there will be more and more standardization into audit. Let me show you a couple of more reports before I ask Darshan to show you something very interesting. So it can cash payment about 10,000. You can also pre-configure this, creator having debit balance or debtor having credit balance, or bill wise, party wise outstanding, inventory aging, stale check report. Let me show you a couple of this. So let me show you negative balances. So Tally already have one exception report, display exception report. All right. And here we have a negative ledgers. This is there, but this will contain the negative ledger of all. I mean, all assets, all liability, all income, all expense. I just want to have the negative ledgers into, let's say, supplier, or so that more payment is made. That is what my intention is. So what I will do is I will first filter this by pressing Alt F12. I will say ledger having group name with the name containing sundry creditors. This is one way of doing it, right? Or if I'm into this report, I can simply press F4 group here and I can say sundry creditors. That's all. And I will save this report and I will say creditor with debit balance. All right. That's all. Now this report is available. My people did not find out where the report is. It is simply they have to say go to and say creditor with a debit balance. That's all. It is well. Why it has not come? Some error. Oh, I've done some error into this. Let me just reconfigure why it did not happen. So I will say show additional configuration. Save with the master selected for the report. Let me check now. No, I think I will have to do it with the Alt F12. Ledger having group name with the name containing sundry creditors. All right, save view. Let me check this. There's another way of doing this also from the balance sheet. I went into the exception report. Otherwise, from balance sheet, it is directly yes. No. So you to really play around this. This is a new feature, but idea is it has a potential to save lot of your time. All right, Darshan, before I jump into the couple of more reports, a question for you. I would like you to answer this. Now, see, when I'm creating so many reports, now if you see in the go-to, then a list becomes bigger and bigger. What if I don't want to? I want to delete some of this view. Can I do it? Can the user do it? And what are the security control around it? I would like to take you up this before I show some more options to them.
Please. So, sir, let's say this take up any report which you want to delete from here.
Okay. Let me say I am going to the ledger-wise TB because I don't want that now to happen. Okay, so I'm going into the TB ledger-wise.
Yes. So now this on the right hand side, you can click on change view.
Yeah, there is an option of a change view.
So in change view, we get the option of delete saved view.
Delete saved view.
And here from here, we can select the view to be deleted.
Right. So now.
So this is one report which can be deleted. If at all you want some more, all the reports to be deleted, that options are also available.
Darshan, would you like to show us that option?
That sometimes people really need that. So,
because see, I can see the other possibility also. Let's say I've got an audit of a client whose accountant were doing some R&D into TelePrime 2.0 and he has showed so many view. I don't know what filtration he has used, or some other auditor were doing it and he may be using some other view for himself. I want to create on my own, but before that, I would like to delete all the view at a click of the button, not going into the single report.
Yeah, sure. So you can have the option in the right hand side top, that is the help option. You can go, and in help option we go to troubleshooting. Here we get the option for delete all the saved view for this company. So please do not do. You have done very good report saved, so don't click this. Otherwise, it will delete all the reports.
No, we will be able to configure again. But yes, there is an option available here. You can delete view saved for all the companies or delete views saved for this company. It is up to you. Okay, so anytime if you have created multiple views and if you see that these are not now required, for example, I have already done the audit of 1920, so the TB 1920 report is not required. I can go and delete that directly. Okay.
Yeah, right. So that was the question from one of the attendees. So that I think we have answered that.
We have answered that. Correct. Right. So great. So let me show you a couple of more configurations. Let's say bill-wise party-wise outstanding. Now this was a report which was let's say cash payment about 10,000 or negative balance. These reports were more applicable from audit perspective. let's think from the management perspective also. Let's say some of you are in the internal audit, or some of you are doing the CFO service or the consulting services, and you want to really add some value to the client. Then how do you do that? Okay, so let's say bill wise, party wise outstanding. So there is a report available inside the Tally. I'm going to the display, statement of account, outstanding, receivable. Here there's an option on the right side, ledger bill wise. So I'm clicking on the ledger bill wise. All right, and there's an option of the aging method. So I'm clicking on the aging method. So I'm saying aging by bill date, and maybe 0 to 30 is fine. This configuration is fine for me, so I'm just accepting it. So this is a report. Now I want owner to always follow up with this, or why management, even for a chartered firm, you know, if this kind of the report is available at a click of the button, because we CA firms have a bad name in the outstanding collection, sorry to say this, but yes, lot of time, a lot of outstanding is there. So let's save this report. So I'm saving this report, and let me just call it something like daily follow-up. Okay. Okay, I want to say daily follow-up. Okay. So set this as a default view. No, I don't want to set this as a default view, but I'm saying daily follow. So additional configuration, no. All right. So yes. All right. Okay. So this is saved now. So now every day morning when I start the Tally, I will simply say go to, and I will say daily follow. And this is report available to me, party wise, invoice wise, aging wise available to me, and I can very well follow up with maybe I can say the high priority items are more than 90 days. So I will go and first call up the people of the more than 90 days. Okay. And
Anand sir, I would like to add into this.
yes,
In Schedule 6, like many times we need the report of debtors above 6 months and less than 6 months. So
correct.
even that can also be configured well for that subject, sir.
Yes, absolutely. Even for the creditors, we may require this. Okay, so this can be configured for entire bill receivable or entire bill payable, or it can also be configured. Let me just show you. Very good point, Darshan. Let me just show you this thing. Display, statement of account, outstanding, payables. Okay, so I can configure this for all my creditors, or I can also, if I've done this subgrouping, let's say in a CA firm, I've done the subgrouping partner wise, or in a client company, I've done the subgrouping for the MSME and non-MSME. Okay, then I can click that, I can save this report, make this as an aging analysis, and say, so let me just change this name to make it more relevant. Give me a minute. I'm changing the name of the group from ASAP to MSME. Okay, so let's say these are my MSME. So I'm now going to the display, statement of account, outstanding, payable, and I'm not interested in the payable of entire sundry creditor. I am just interested into the MSME. All right, so these are the MSME, let's say. And for that, I want an aging method by bill date. Since it is more than 45 days, this is what I require, that which is more than 45 days, which is less than 45 days. That's all. Okay. And maybe the ledger bill wise. And I can save this report as MSME outstanding. This is the way I look at it, because I have configured my data that way. All right. So that's all. Next time this report is available to me, MSME outstanding. So I will simply say MSME outstanding, and it will clearly give me less than 45 days, more than 45 days. So as a CFO, if I want to keep a track that which MSME are over by 45 days and on which I may need to make a provision, or I may need to prioritize their payment, this is a very good report to look into then. All right. So possibilities are far. I mean, you know, I've just shown you some of the report. You can do this in the balance sheet. Let's say this is a balance sheet, but you are habituated to see it as a vertical. So you want to see it as a, let's say, vertical balance sheet. So you will see this Okay, and you want to save this as a simple, I don't want to do any other changes, maybe a little bit detailed one. Save view, I will say vertical balance sheet. That's all. Or when I say vertical balance sheet, let me do this as a default view. So next time when I go into the balance sheet, this is the option, this is available, not the T format. Even I did not go to the go to option. Of course, if I go to the go to option and say vertical balance sheet, this is available. But if I simply go to the balance sheet, because it is available as a default, this is, I will change it. Okay. Interesting, guys. Did you like this feature? Yes. So I will skip the other things because we are really on the short of time. But yes, this is a really, really wonderful feature which you can think about as a feature whereby you are designing your own reports and saving inside the Tally for your audit purpose, tax audit purpose, your tax scrutiny purpose, or for your internal audit purpose, MIS purpose, or giving the value-added services to your client. The possibilities are immense. So let me just recap the concept what we had discussed. This slide is repeated, but that is what I said. You can configure, filter, or change view of any default report available inside Tally Prime. You can save this report as your own report with your own naming convention. Henceforth, the so-called new report, new saved report is available in the GoTo with the new name. Alternatively, this newly saved report can be set as a default report of Tally Prime. This report can be for this company or for all the companies on this computer. And if it is for this company, the report configuration travels with the data. So if you send to the client or client sends to you, it remains, the configuration is same. It can be configured with the master or a selected period, and deletion of the single or multiple we have already shown. So this is what all your report, your way, it's your Tally. All right, so that is what the concept is. Darshan, would you like to add anything to this before we conclude this?
Yes, sir. It's like there was one more question in relate to deletion right now. So I think things can be done in Tally. You think about which all reports you would like to design it. Okay, with multiple multi-columnar reports. Even group company things can be also be configured in saved view. You can open 2-3 companies together and save that view so that whenever you want to go for that multi-company group level reports, that also can be seen just by click of a button. So the things are getting opened up now. It is just a hint what we have given to the people. Now it is they exploring in the way, because chartered accountants have a different mile to walk. So definitely they can think about more and more such reports, which even in one short of time we cannot show them all the reports.
Right, Darshan, right. Yeah. Any relevant question to this subject we'll take up, or we'll move to the next topic for the day. Yes. All right. So let's go to the next compliances and the collected services. GSTR1. First is a GSTR1. So GSTR1 was already there in the Tally, but if you remember a couple of months back, there is one additional thing which is required, is the rate-wise classification. So that is now being updated in the Tally Prime release 2.0. So now if you just go to the display statutory report, GST report, GSTR1, and if you go to the HSN summary, now if you see this tax rate column is updated. HSN wise tax rate column is updated. So now when you now export the GSTR1 from Tally in the JSON format or for e-filing purpose, it would be fully compliant. Okay, so this is just one amendment or the compliance with the amended thing under GSTR1, which the Tally has brought out in the Tally Prime 2.0. Okay, so this is just the amendment, so I'm not spending much time onto it unless someone has a specific question to this. Next is a GSTN validation. Now this is interesting. I can do the GSTN validation for a single party or for multiple party. Let me show you how. So I'm into the company. I'm going into the, let's say, one of the client data. Okay, so let me just move to the, say, Ajanta Transport. Now there is a GSTN available with the which Ajanta Transport has given me. So there's a GSTN which is being fed into my Tally. Now I want to check whether this is correct or not correct. So now if you see on the right side, Tally has given the option get GSTN info. So I'm just clicking on to that. Tally is asking me, do you want to get the GSTN details for so and so GST number? I'm saying yes. Oh, sorry, I'm just doing it yes. And in the real time, Tally has fetched the data from the GST portal, and it is showing me that on the portal, the trade name is Rudra Consultancy Services with so and so address. It is registered, status is active, and e-way bill status is unblocked. If it was blocked, then it will show me in the red color. Okay, so I can check this for one particular GST number, or I can do it for all my customers or all my suppliers together. Let me show you how to do it for together. So I'm going to the display, statutory report, GST report. I'm going to the update party GST. All right, I'm saying name of the group, let's say sundry debtors, and I want to see all the items. So all the sundry debtor has come here. Here I'm saying get GST info. Again on the right side there's an option get GST info, and I'm saying for all GST. I'm clicking. It is asking me for current or for all. I'm saying for all. And I'm saying yes. It will connect with the portal, and before I could complete my sentence, it has actually validated all the GST number, and it is saying information received successfully too. So if I say press any key to continue, because my data had only two GST, it is validated. Okay. If it was wrong, then it would have been in the red color. So I can go inside. If it was an invalid GST, then it would have been in the red color. If I'm again now pressing yes here, it will show me the screen that this is on the left side, it is as per the books, on the right side, it is as per the portal. Yes, guys, this is interesting. So Tally is now moving on to the real sense into the connected service arena. It will not change your master. It will only fetch the data from the government portal and display you here. All right, it is not going to change your master data. Your master data will remain intact as you have created. If you want, now you check this data from the portal and you come to know that as the others equipment is what the party has given you the name, but actual trade name is Orno Computers Private Limited, and you would also like to have the Orno Computer Private Limited as your master. You can simply type it here and update your master. All right, you can also change the address. All right, so this is how it has happened. So wonderful facility. The same thing is available for HSN. Let me show you for HSN. First, I will go to the single item, and then I will move to the multiple items, checking out the item HSN for all the items. So let me just go to the stock item, and let me just go to this item. Maybe yes. Okay. Now here also I'm going to the set or alter GST as yes. And again here, if you see on the right side, there's an option get HSN info. Now this item does not have an HSN, so it is not getting validated. So let me just see which item has the HSN detail. So maybe this item has an HSN detail. So yes, set or alter GST detail. I'm saying as yes. And this is also not having the HSN detail. Okay, let me put in the HSN detail and then I will get it validated. Let me put some HSN detail. Let me just go there again. And now I'm saying get HSN info. I'm saying yes. Now it will fetch the data from the portal. Whatever is written in the black color is as per my books. So this item name and the HSN is as per my books. This blue color is what the portal displays. Okay, so electrical transformer, this is, so HSN is valid, request is successful. Okay, HSN is valid. If you had to put in some HSN which is not valid, then it will show you the HSN is not valid. Let me show you this for the multiple items. Okay, so again, I'm going to the display, statutory report, GST report. I'm going to the GST rate setup. Okay, and let me just expand this to have all the items. Now, I can here again select the items which is required and say get HSN info, or I can press Control space bar, select all the item at one go and say get HSN info. I'm selecting this, so there are 34 items. It is connecting the portal and giving this. So now if you see, it will show me successful 3, that means 3 HSNs are valid, rejected 31 because those HSN codes are not valid. This HSN code does not exist on the portal. Okay, and it is giving me the list. So again, this feature would be useful to you as an auditor also, as a GST auditor also. A lot of time the client asks us about the HSN number. We can use this facility and make use of this. So Darshan, does it make sense? Anything you want to add here? All right, so Darshan is not here. All right.
Sorry, sir. Yeah, tell me, sir.
Anything you want to add to this GST validation and HSN validation? I've shown them both single as well as multi.
Yeah, one important thing which needs to be covered over here that this is fetching from NIC portal. So we need to have the login for it. So once and it is on live data, so it's not that we have taken out the data from the NIC portal, kept it on server, and then we are checking. It is directly checking with the NIC portal, and that's why the credentials would be required when we do this validation.
Darshan, I would just add to that, even as a chartered accountant, even if I don't have the NIC portal login, I can always go and create, based on my GST portal login, I can create the additional login on the NIC portal as a login, and I can check this information. Maybe UABL is not applicable to me, I will not do any other compliance, I will just then myself register.
Correct. So this gives a liberty in that sense. So currently we wanted a seamless experience, and that's why we are connected with NIC portal. Okay, soon we will be connected with the GSTN also. So in that scenario, we will be able to check with the GSTN portal also. So currently NIC.
Wonderful. Thank you, Darshan, for that update. All right. Connected experience for e-way bill and QRMP. Darshan, can I request you to take up this? Since for e-way bill, I don't want to generate from the live client because it will be an unnecessary entry into the e-way bill portal. So if you can just show them with the your demo login, that how does it work? Not onto the live server.
Yeah, definitely, sir. I do have one login for Sandbox. So this is one company relating to e-way bill. So this is e-invoice and e-way bill are the services which we have started in Tally Prime onwards, because Tally Prime has given us a platform to really connect with any of the external portal directly. So that was very much important, and also more security is needed. So that's why leaving on to the ERP area, this platform is very smooth enough for interacting with any other portals, like it could be GST, it could be NIC, it could be banks. So that's why this platform is now providing the connected services. Now, just for an example, if I want to make an e-way bill from Tally, so I just have to get inside this, pick up one party. Okay, let's say this is an Uttarakhand party and selling it to Maharashtra party. And here I select, this is normal, like this is nothing different from what we are making till now. So here at the bottom, when it is asking me for e-way bill details, it is also capturing all the information. I select some information like party information I've filled up. Part B is yet to be filled up because this would be filled up by the transporter, not me, because which vehicle he would be using, I'm leaving in. So here, when I save this transaction and just press enter, so it will interact with e-way bill portal. Just see, I'm just speaking and it is giving me the reply that it has been generated successfully. So now if I go for this invoice print, I'm ready with the information of this e-way bill information is over here, along with the invoice number, and e-way bill print also is also available. So friends, right now also, if you want to scan this and check whether this is a correct e-way bill number, you can do so. So with any scanner of QR, you can scan this and get the information like which e-way bill has been generated. Now, this is one scenario wherein like I'm saving the transaction and making it just like a print. But if let's say if I'm working in an environment like 5-10 people are using and they are making the invoice, and at one go I want to send all the invoices together. So bulk upload is also possible in Tally. So for that, I just need to, at the top, we are having this option called as exchange. So many people have created transactions. I want to send all the transactions together. So I'm clicking on this send e-way bills. Okay, let's say for 2 days I want to send. Yesterday I did not send any. So 27 and 28, I can select, or I can even say I can do multiple selection. I can select all at one go by pressing Control spacebar. And then at the bottom, now see, Tally is providing all the options. Offline options are also available and online. So now onwards, I feel that everybody would be using online only. So here the send option is there. I click on the send. For e-way bill I want to generate, I just say yes, and see the speed at which it brings out for me. So here it is interacting with the e-way bill system for all the 4 transactions, and it will reply with the e-way bill number, and along with that it will also reply me for the QR code which is there from all the transactions. Now this transactions what we are sending across, here these 4 things are ready now. So it has been generated successfully. And if I want to see in the report, I press Alt-G for go to and e-way bill. And here I'm having all the 4 transactions. So here I'm having from 27th if I want to see. So these are the transactions which I've already sent it across. This is one of the summary report for e-way bill. Interestingly, everything has been captured relating to e-way bill. So if at all like my data entry person has skipped out some information, or there is some information incorrect which he has passed, so it will filter out for me and it will tell me to correct that things. So here if there's any mismatch, so it will tell me and it will prompt me and it will tell me to correct it here itself. So here this is one option. If there is mismatch information, it will even prompt me. Tally will suggest me the transporter ID is not specified or the mode of transport is not specified, and that's why this transaction has not gone for the update. So like this, the information and filtration it is giving, which enables that user that he exactly out of all the information needed into making of the e-way bill, which information he has missed out. Kabhi kabhar, it's also possible that the format they have not written it properly, so that also it will say that it should be in this format. It should have at least 3 characters and maximum 100 characters. So like this it will give me the prompt. And one of the good part of Tally users, for Tally users, now Tally company itself is a GSP. Okay, so that's why the seamless exchange of information is happening, and because of that right now if there is any rejections, so whatever is the rejection, it will flow via GSP to our Tally, and it will say that what are the reasons for it. So if you can see over here, all the things are in blue. These are the comments received from the e-invoice e-way bill portal. It talks about whether the document number was same, or it also says that something was invalid, like HSN code was invalid. So that all information it will capture and let you know that what exactly need to be corrected over here. So this is like once you correct this, okay, you can say that it is marked as result after correcting what all information or what a correction it has said, and then once again you can send it for the e-way bill portal. So this summary report really brings out a great insight for all the users. And moreover, if I want to cancel any transaction, cancel any e-way bill directly from this Tally itself, then I just need to go over here. I select this and I say cancel, and I provide the info. Sorry, these are cancelled. This is a cancelled bill only. Let's say this is one generated bill and I want to cancel this. Okay, so I can click this. Let's say I'm writing testing over here. Now this I have tagged this transaction for cancellation. I have to send to the portal. So I pressed Alt Z for exchange, send e-way bill. So here this transaction is available for cancellation. Okay, let's say these 2 transactions are there for cancellation. I click them and send it across. Yes. So see, one is rejected. So I can find out what is the reason for rejection of why one bill could not be cancelled and why one bill got cancelled. So all this information you will interact with the portal and it will give you all the replies for it. So that is all about the e-way bill. and many things like even extension, update of eWaybill part B. So all things can be done from Tally itself. You really don't have to move out of Tally for any type of reports or any type of eWaybill printing. So that gives you a great summary about that subject. Right?
Darshan,
Yes,
if
sir.
you can also show them eWaybill register so that it captures all the data into one report.
Yes. So this is the register which is available, and it gives me all the information about the eWaybill number and eWaybill date. And if I just explore it, it also even tells me about how many means when is the expiry, and that details also it gets captured over here in the register.
Right, Darshan. I think someone has raised the hand from the attendees, and I think it's an Arvind sir. Is it there? Komal, can you unmute him and say? Komal Janak, are you there?
Yeah, Komal, I need your help. I'm
Yeah.
not able to. Yeah.
Yeah.
क्या बोले दर्शन एक सेकंड
Yes, Arvind sir.
No, I think it must be by error then. All right. Should we go ahead then?
Yes, Anand sir.
Yes, Darshan.
This was all about the eWaybill. Now I feel that many were quite waiting for it, because earlier we had given an offline solution, okay, a semi-automated way. But with the adoption of this, when we launched beta, many people started using it and they were really enjoying this. So it is very useful for your clients if there would not be duplication of work for the clients. Secondly, sometimes people have to reconcile all these things that they had manually fed the portal on the portal, and then they were checking into their system that there was a difference because of HSN, or there could be a difference because of the item amount or something like that. So really this type of system connected service, okay, with directly portal makes a lot of difference and saves time to a greater extent.
Right, Darshan. Will you also show the QRMP? Because now we have to file the IFF statement in the case of quarterly return and the monthly payments.
Yeah, exactly. That QRMP. This is in the series of release 1, we introduced this QRMP. And this QRMP, like a lot of chartered accountants had requested, because they had said that they had to export the things in CSV format, then they have to make use of the offline tools. So we came out with this QRMP export. So all the section-wise export of JSON file that is now available in released means Tally Prime. It's not about release 2, but it is in Tally Prime release. I think 1.1.3 we had introduced this. So if let's say if I'm into this report of GSTR1, and this GSTR1, if I'm in which month over here, 1 sec. So here I'm into October month, and let's say for the October, November, December, for the October month, I have to file only 2 things. Either I means only 2 things. One is B2B transactions, and this credit debit note, this only registered. This 2 things only I need to upload. So how do I separate this and upload onto the portal? So I do have one option over here, export e-returns, and here I can say JSON. Okay, and here this is one exclusive thing which is given in Tally Prime, and that is export separate files for each section. And with this, now it will create all the section-wise exports, and then we can upload it over here. So this is like here I have created this file I have to upload, and this file I have to upload. Only these 2 information needs to be uploaded, and that is sufficient enough. I don't have to export the entire GSTR1 or other processes which need to be done. So that's why this has eased out the chartered accountants clients who are into the QRMP scheme. Right?
Right, right. Yeah, it is very helpful, particularly for the smaller clients who follow the quarterly return, monthly payment. And Darshan, your only Tally screen is visible. Maybe you shared the Tally screen only. Other thing was not visible, but it's okay. We understood that it will only export the specific thing. and not the entire GSTR one. All right. Darshan, can I take back the control and share my screen for the? Yeah, now it is available. Yes. So yes, so now when you export this as a separate part, you will have a multiple JSON file. You only select the B2B and the credit note and then upload to the portal. That will ease out your compliance burden. All right. Darshan, can we move to the next section then? Darshan, you are not audible. I'm
Yeah.
moving to the next section.
Yeah, I'll stop my sharing, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll again now move to the continue the presentation, and so that was the connected experience for e-way bill. I understand that it may not be directly applicable to the chartered accountants firm, but your clients can definitely take the benefit. And if they're using the e-way bill from TelePrime, as a chartered accountant, you get the lot of control and the reports onto the e-way bill. And it is again enter into the one software, e-way bill, e-invoice, your sales invoice, everything is connected. So there are lot less chances of any mismatch and the less of the reconciliation work which you have to do. So that was the only point we want to drive today. Next, Tally report in browser or trip for the short. Let me talk about the design aspect and the security aspect of it. So design is Tally has now revamped the trip, which is a mobile responsive design. I'm going to show you live onto mobile. It can have the horizontal or the vertical. You can have the scale factor, show details. Let me just show that, and then I will come back to this slide again. So I have connected my phone. Can you see my phone screen, Darshan?
Yes, sir. I'm able to see, sir.
Yes. So now this is my phone screen. I'm going to the company. So these two companies are connected. Just a minute. It is reconnecting. Just give me a minute. Some issue. Let me just figure out. Okay, by the time it is connecting, let me show you the configuration which is required to be done onto the Tally by the time it is getting connected. Okay, so onto the Tally, what you will do is you will go to the company, you will go to the user and password, and you will add your user. You will add your user. Let's say I added the user teleprimeexpert@gmail.com and I have given them the browser access and the remote access. That's all. And I will keep this company as a connected for online access. Okay, from here I can say disconnect or connect. It is right now connected. So now we just redo this thing. This is the only two configuration which is required. Okay, so let me just reconnect this thing in a minute. Not sure why it is not showing up right now. Okay, so let me give you all a user ID and password. So all of you can write down this user ID. I'm just opening up the notepad and writing the user ID and password. I request all of you, whether you are on the Android or iOS or any other phone, you can use this email ID teleprimeexpert@gmail.com, and you can punch in this password tele12345. What you will do is on your mobile, you can go on to the Tele website www.telesolutions.com and go to the login and use this credential teleprimeexpert@gmail.com and use this password. You will have two companies connected. You'll have two companies connected. Thanks, Komal, for writing this in the chat box also.
Anand sir, my mobile is casted on the screen. May I show that?
Yes, yes, please do that. So the company is on my laptop, and it is now Darshan is accessing it, it on the mobile. So we are seeing the Darshan's mobile right now. So Darshan, if you can log in,
Yeah, I'll have to log in. What is the username, sir? Can you help me?
primeexpert@gmail.com, or if your ID is also there, so you can connect with that also.
Yeah, Tally.
tallyprimeexpert@gmail.com.
Okay, sir, I'll make use of my own credentials.
Yes, yes, please do that.
I think it's the same company, na, sir?
It's the same company. Yes, it's the same
Okay.
company.
So here, this is my mobile, and now I'm accessing over here.
Now, if you see, there are multiple companies which is connected. So you can go to the ABC Enterprise or the Prime and Company. Go to the Prime and Company, Darshan.
Yeah.
Go to the Prime and Company. Yeah, there is a fourth company which is a Prime and Company. If you can just select that.
Yeah.
Now, if you see, the entire reporting is available on the mobile. All your final account reports, receivable, payable, cash flow, fund flow, any ledger account, any voucher report, you can drill down to the extent of the entry. You can generate, you can see the sales invoice also and share it to your customer directly. So this is what is beauty. And Darshan, if you can, yes, go inside. Okay, come to the balance sheet, Darshan, because this is a Prime and Company. One more fun thing here is go to the Prime and Company and go to the balance sheet. So this is a balance sheet which is available, which is in the mobile friendly form. But in any case, if you want to see the T format, in any case, if you want to see the T format, Darshan, just tilt your phone. Darshan has just tilted his phone to the horizontal, and the T format report is available. Okay, so this is really the fun. The entire menu, and whoever has the mobile right now in the hand can try with this login credential, and then can see how does this look. You can do the scale factor of the values, so you can generate this report in the lakhs, thousand, uh, millions, so and so forth. You can download this report in Excel, in PDF. Once downloaded, you can share it on the WhatsApp or whatever media you want. So only thing is your Tally should be on, Tally should be connected, because it is data is yours. So Tally is very much concerned about the security of the data, and therefore these reports would be available only if your Tally is connected, your Tally data is connected, you have authenticated the user with his email ID and password. Okay, then and then only this will be available. All right. So again, this is one wonderful report. Darshan, if you can just go to some say stock summary or maybe some ledger reports. Go to a ledger report. Stock may not be there in this company, so go to the ledger report.
Ledger report.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
outstanding.
ledger outstanding. Let's say ledger outstanding. Let's say Black Zoom company. Any one company. Okay, this is no outstanding. So go to the company which is some outstanding is there. Not sure about this. Okay, so idea was no, there is no outstanding. It's a wonderful company there. But the idea is, if it is an outstanding, you can just download that report into PDF and just send the owner on the WhatsApp saying that this is the outstanding. You need not call up your accountant. Your accountant did not email. You know, this is the power in your mobile whenever you are traveling. Of course, in the pandemic, we are traveling less. But whenever you are traveling, you are into car or a train, you can make use of this. And there's an option available inside the Tally that this connected option can be by default yes. So whenever your people in the company is starting this tally, this company would get connected. Other way of looking into this is, let's say as a chartered accountant, you are doing some accounts writing work. So you can write the books of accounts in your organization, and you can add the email ID of the client on the data and give them the mobile access and say to them that you can forward the sales invoice from there, you can view your profitability from there. Don't keep on bothering us about your small queries. You have the power of mobile, power of tally on your hand in your mobile, and make use of this. Alternatively, third scenario, let me talk about the third scenario. You are working as a consultant or a CFO to your client, and you need to give a lot of insight or the input to your clients. Then let the client's accountant work on the tally, work on the data. You add your email ID onto that data and let the company be connected. Whenever client is asking any question, you are available with a real-time information. You need not depend on the accountant for that matter. So various ways, and now this is absolutely the mobile friendly is available. So yeah, Darshan, anything else onto this? Yeah, you are showing some quantity. Yes.
So here, these are few reports which are really making sense for your clientele. 1 second, I think the sharing has lost.
Sharing had disabled.
Yeah. So here it is like some inventory reports which are there. Many clients, their sales people would be on field and they would like to know what is the stock available with the live data, so that they can see if there is any dispatches to be done, that they can see outstanding, they can see. So that's a lot of things which really make people mobile. And here it is like, if I see all the reports, here this really makes sense for. And let's say even if there is some outstanding, okay, an invoice copy needs to be taken up, okay, so that can be very easily taken up by all the people. So this is like I can download this any report, any outstanding, let's say group outstanding is there. So if I go into sundry debtors, I can see all the outstanding of all the parties together. Okay, now if I go to a very specific all the sundry debtors of Panvel, and if I see Aditya Industries, so I can see his two invoices which are outstanding for more than 12 days, more than 10 days. So like this, I can get the information. I can download this on my mobile. Let's say I can download it in a PDF format. And after downloading, I can send it across in the WhatsApp way. So this would be a very useful tool, because the way we are working in this pandemic situation, and people are also wanting to access information at any point and any place. So this makes a lot of sense for these people. So even I got one scenario about like some there's a client who wants to make provision for next month's tax payments. So if he wants to show his data live to his chartered accountant, his consultant, and he wants to view at because at least he would be having mobile with him, maybe not laptop with him at that any point of time. So on mobile he can see some data like what is the total GST output, GST need to be paid, and what is input available. So he can give us a ballpark figure that this much amount needs to be paid. So such type of consultancy would really go around along with the clientele with CA and their things. So really, this mobile way of working would change the way how exactly we were using it earlier. Means earlier, it has to be a pattern that I need to go to office for the information. But now the information is in their hands.
Right, right, Darshan. So yes, Darshan, can I take back this control? Yes, thank you. All right, so we are almost reaching to the end of the presentation. So what we were discussing about this trip or a tele report in browser, it is a mobile responsive design. You can have the horizontal or vertical. The moment you tilt your phone, of course, the that feature should be on in your mobile or in your otherwise it will not work. Scale factor, you can do it in the lakhs, millions, thousand. You can show the details like Alt F1. We are doing it in the this thing. You can change the date or the period in the day book or in any other report. And most of the tele reports are available. Security wise, Teleprime needs to be open, company needs to be connected, user ID needs to be added in the tele data. These are the one-time configuration because it is your data, your control. All right, and that's why it will not be available offline if you are not onto the tele or not connected your company or company. Then this report will not be available, and that's understandably so because it has a security concern. All right. So we reached to the end of the presentation. And like we had a Thalaiva at the beginning, we are Thalaiva at the end. We expect all of you to give us the questions like this and we'll attempt to answer this. Thank you so much. Yeah, over to floor is open for the Q&A. Janak, Darshan, Komal, we will
Yeah.
attempt to answer the question. Yes.
Yeah, there's one question, sir. Just if we can answer that. There are two questions from Mr. Venugopal.
Okay.
Can the view be grouped? So that is one question. Maybe he's in relation to the save view he's asking.
Okay.
And can the view be restricted or created to selected users?
Okay. So no, views cannot be grouped. It is an individual view which is getting created. Unless Darshan, you have some other answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly proper grouping cannot be done, but definitely when we are seeing the go-to, okay, in go-to on the right hand side, what was the base of that? Okay, yeah, we can take up any company, yeah, ABC
Yes.
company. So if we go to see on the right hand side, it is giving the base that key on what basis that report was modified. So left hand side, our name will come, and on the right hand side, it will come up with the base report. What was the name of that base report? So let's say I write balance sheet. You just write balance, sir. Balance.
Yes, here.
No. Click on go to.
Okay.
And write balance.
Okay.
Yeah. So like this, it will group up and it will say all the relation to balance sheet and things like that.
So, so to say, the exact grouping in the sense of a grouping is not given.
Not there. It's not there.
But tagging is given so that you can filter out the based on the grouping. So that is the. I think this will serve the purpose, Darshan.
Yes.
Although the grouping in the sense of grouping is not there, but this is more than will serve the purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the second question, Darshan?
Can the views be restricted or created to selected users?
Okay. Would you
So
take
as of now, yeah, as of now, we have not restricted any users for creating or non-creating of that subject. But yes, if any point of time that's if he wants to design a report and he would like to keep it on his computer only, so he can save it into that level. So here he can select this computer all in all the companies, so that this report view will not be available for any other user. So it will not be a disturbance for any other user.
So I would just extend this what Darshan has said. If let's say to some of the user you have not given access to profit and loss and balance sheet, definitely he cannot go there. He cannot have the create the view, or he cannot even see the views created of the profit and loss account.
Correct.
So,
So for example, yeah. So Anand sir is the owner of the data, and I am a data entry person. I'm not having access for balance sheet and profit and loss account. So if any views have been created by Anand sir for balance sheet or profit and loss account, Darshan as a data entry person will not be able to use it.
yes, so that much user level control has been built in.
Yes.
Otherwise, the particular view or user level allow or disallow is not yet there. It's a good expectation, but we will see what can be done about that. All right. Yeah. What's the next question?
There is one question from Ms. Monica Chalani. In case GST becomes inactive during part of the year, or if a party registration under GST during mid of the year, how to deal with B2B and B2C scenario in such cases?
Okay, so I think we will have to create a separate party master right now. We do not have that date option for the GST. Am I correct, Darshan? We have the date option into the HSN and the rate option, but not
Yes.
only the GST. So if the parties have not registered for the part of the year and he was falling under B2C and then he got registered, then I think we'll have to create a separate master for that year.
Yes, currently yes, and we can expect this in the very near future. I'm talking about near future in the sense the next major release. I think we can expect it in release 3.0.
Or on the second thought version, we can also make use of the multi-address facility within that master
Yes.
to do this thing. So that that will not create the separate ledger, but within the one ledger, it can have the multi-ledger facility, and that would be better option rather than having the two ledger.
Yeah. Mr. Punet has asked, can we export or print this report? I think any specific report?
I think he's asking about the saved view report. So any saved view what we have created, let's say I've created a vertical balance sheet or a creditor with the debt data. He's asking, can I export this or email or a print? Yes, of course. Once it is created as a report inside the Tally, you can do everything what you can do inside the Tally with a report. You can export, you can print, you can email. If I understood his question correctly. Yeah, Punitji, if there is anything else, you may again write back. Yes.
Vikasji, if you can just restate your question, then it would be great.
If my company is not required e-way bill, can I make the e-way bill in Tally Prime? I also fail to understand this question because I request you to reframe this question and maybe put in. Next is.
Yeah, yeah, tell me, sir.
Yeah, so next question is from the Thanisa. In Tally audit, Alt plus R is approval and Control plus R is hide the voucher and Alt plus S is approve all. Okay, so is that a question information? I think it is an information. This is overlapping, but in earlier version F7 it is good. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, we'll take this offline to really re-understand this problem.
Sure.
Concern.
Sure.
Vikas ji is, I think, on unmute. Vikas ji, you can ask your query.
If my company is not eligible for e-way bill,
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, Vikas ji. I think he must be asking if his company is not eligible for e-way bill, how do he validate the GSTN and the HSN inside the Tally? Is that the question, Vikas ji?
Hello.
Yes, Vikas ji.
Boliye, sir.
Hello.
जी विकास जी बोलिए.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello.
हम आपको सुन पा रहे हैं. विकास जी,
Can you hear me,
able to
sir?
hear you.
Hello.
Darshan, some technical difficulties must be. Vikas ji, we are able to hear you.
I think he's not able to hear us, Janak. Maybe we will take him.
Yeah, we'll take it offline.
Yeah.
If my company is not eligible for e-way bill,
Okay. Yeah. Then what? If you are not eligible for e-way bill, then what do you want to do? Please ask that. No.
can I do the e-way bill in my Tally Prime?
I mean, then it is just a delivery challan is what you are talking about then. E-way bill is not applicable to you. So then it is just a delivery challan as I understand. If the portal allows you to register, Tally allows you to process that e-way bill with the QR code and everything. If you are not registered on the portal, Tally will not allow you to proceed.
Yeah, so sir, if the question comes in that way, that means if I'm applicable, means I don't want to, I'm not applicable for e-way bill. That's why I don't have I'm not created the login for NIC. So if I want to validate my GSTN numbers or my HSN codes or SSE codes, so can I do that? Maybe that could be the question.
Yes, that's what I also understood first.
Yeah. So if that is the question, then I think we'll have to create one user login over there in NIC portal at e-way bill, because it will not restrict you from making it. And with that, since they have asked for the credential for validating those HSN codes and GSN, so we'll require it. That we will definitely require it.
I think he's having some technical glitch. he's not able to hear our voice. That's what he said. We'll maybe have to touch him off session for any question. Yes. I think that very well concludes our session. If any more questions are there, we are happy to answer. Yes,
So
Janak?
so what we'll do is, while there seems to be no any question, we have addressed all. What I'm doing is I'm dropping my email ID in the chat box. So for anything you can write back to us, while we will try to answer the question from our end to the best of our abilities. If some of which we will take help of Anand sir as well, where there are questions which really require a lot of expertise from the field of CA and day-to-day practice. And Darshan, me or Talicare team will always be there to address them. So Anand sir, I think more or less we are done. Darshan, anything that you would like to add from your end? Any closing thoughts?
Just wish that there are a lot of good changes has happened for Tally Prime, and one good part is that without any worry about whether my ERP and Prime is both the applications will work or not. So be rest assured, Tally will always support you for all the solutions you needed, like this dual existence, means the coexistence of license. So both will be working in your organization. You can definitely move on to Tally Prime. We are always there for the support.
Yeah, and finally, on behalf, so Anand sir, as always, we are really grateful that you were part of this session in showing us Tally Prime 2.0, our first session exclusively for CAs. But this is not all. There will be many more series of sessions we would arrange for you. It will be available on our community websites, and you'll be definitely getting emails. In fact, on day after tomorrow, we have a session in Hindi. So we ensured that we cover today in English for audience who are comfortable in English. Day after tomorrow, we will be talking exclusively in Hindi with CA Puneet Mehta sir, again a very well-known evangelist that we have with us. But having said that, big thanks to Anand sir today for organizing and for taking us through this beautiful session. Thanks to Darshan also. And finally, on behalf of Anand sir, Darshan, Komal, and everybody from Tally, a big thanks to each and everybody who has been part of this forum. We can close the session now, Anand sir.
Pleasure is all mine. I always enjoy coming and talking to on Tally. Thank you.